Hello dear students, welcome back. By now, we have done many questions of final accounts of partnership firm and covered commonly asked adjustments. I hope you find it easy. So let's take another example. Today we are going to do question number 17 on page number 86. Here there are two partners, Man and Mohan, and they are sharing profit and loss in equal proportion. Here, trial balance of partnership firm is given as on 31st March 2017. And some adjustments are given about closing stock, depreciation, bad debts reserve, outstanding interest on bank overdraft, and sales return book. So let's start. So here you have to prepare trading account, profit and loss account, partner's current account, and balance sheet. First of all, post all the items in their respective accounts from the trial balance as I have done. Do the posting carefully one by one. Here you can see in trading account, opening stock will be recorded. Then all direct expenses will be recorded. Here I have recorded purchase, weight charges, customs, custom duty, wages, etc. On debit side of trading account, as you all know, expenses which are directly related to production, factory expenses, manufacturing expenses are recorded on debit side of trading account. Here you can see custom duty is paid, which is rupees 1300. Here custom duty means when goods are imported from abroad, custom duty has to be paid. Since this is related to purchase of goods for resale purposes, this expense is shown in the debit side of trading account. On credit side of trading account, I have posted sales from trial balance. I have written it in inner column because it has an adjustment. Then closing stock will appear. In profit and loss account also, on debit side, I have posted all indirect expenses from trial balance. In partner's current account, opening current account balance of partners will be recorded, drawings will be recorded. Then I have posted all assets and liabilities, opening capital balance from trial balance in balance sheet. And for adjustments, I have left space where it is required. So let's move on to solve adjustment. Here first adjustment is given about closing stock. The value of closing stock is rupees 80,000. Its market value is 10% more. So here we will record 80,000 as value of closing stock. According to the concept of prudence, we take lower value. Now second effect of it will be on asset side in balance sheet under the heading of current asset, 80,000. Now next adjustment is provide depreciation at 10% on machines and building. So first let's calculate for depreciation for machinery. Here in trial balance, value of machine is given, which is 1,50,000 plus further purchase of office machine is also given, which is rupees 40,000. So when we add these two, we will get 1,90,000. So on 1,90,000, we will calculate 10% depreciation, which is 19,000. So by deducting it, we will get 1,71,000 in outer column. Similarly for building also, 10% of 2,50,000 is 25,000. So this is the value of depreciation on building. And in outer column, we will get 2,25,000. Now second effect of it would be on debit side of profit and loss account, deb on machinery and building, 25,000 and 19,000 In outer column, we will get total depreciation 44,000. Now let's move on to third adjustment. Before giving effect of third adjustment, we will have to give effect of adjustment number 5, as it is about sales return book and it will affect debtors. So let's give first effects of this adjustment. Adjustment number 5 is goods of rupees 2,000 is missed out to record in sales return book. That means debtors had returned goods to the firm which firm did not record, and if we record it now, it will decrease debtors, as debtors need not make payment in future to the firm for the goods which they have returned. So we will deduct it from debtors. I am writing it in inner column as we have to face more adjustments here regarding debtors. Second effect of it would be deduction from sales. Minus 2,000. Here 16,000 is already given in trial balance, and here we are deducting 2,000 which was missed out to record. So in outer column we will get 1,02,000 as the value of sales. Now we will move on to adjustment number 3, which says that debtors of rupees 10,000 became insolvent. 50% amount will be received as per instruction of his receiver. Here the term insolvent is given. Insolvency is the state of being unable to pay the money owed. So when debtors fail to pay the amount, a receiver is appointed to recover money due to creditors. So here what will be the amount of bad debts? Actually here it is given that 10,000 of debtors became insolvent and 50% of amount will be received as per the instruction of his receiver. That means 50% of 10,000 is 5,000. 5,000 is not going to receive. And second effect of it would be on debit side of profit and loss account, as it is a loss for the firm. So here we will record it on debit side of profit and loss account, 5,000. Now further it is given that provide a 5% bad debt reserve. Now let's see calculation for bad debt reserve. Here, out of total debtors, that means out of 25,000, first we deducted 2,000 sales return, which was given in adjustment number 5. Then we deducted 10,000, which was insolvent debtors. By deducting these two, we will get 13,000. So on 13,000, 5% bad debt reserve will be calculated. As we all know, bad debt reserve is calculated on the amount of debtors which is obtained after deducting bad debts. So here we will get 650 as bad debt reserve, as it is a possible loss for which firm is making provision. So we will deduct it from debtors, 650. And finally, we will get 17,350 in outer column. Now, second effect of it would be on debit side of profit and loss account, 650. In outer column, we will get 5,650. As bad debt reserve is possible, or we can say it is expected loss. That's why it will appear on debit side of profit and loss account. Now fourth adjustment is 10% interest is outstanding on bank overdraft. Here amount of bank overdraft, which is our liability, is given 3,000, and 10% of 3,000 is 300. In outer column we will get 3,300. Here, outstanding interest on OD is a liability for the firm, as it is unpaid and firm will have to pay it in future. And for second effect, I have given it on debit side of profit and loss account. Interest on bank overdraft rupees 300. As this expense belongs to current year but it is unpaid. Remember accrual concept? According to accrual concept, as it is current year expense which is unpaid, so we need to show it in current year financial statement. Now let's move on to hidden adjustment. In question, in trial balance, on debit side, you will find one item as investment in 8% government security, which is recorded on asset side in balance sheet under the heading of investment, which is rupees 30,000. So here we have to face one hidden adjustment. So first, check out the meaning of government security. A government security is a bond or debt obligation that is issued by a government with a promise of repayment upon the security's maturity date. So it is a type of investment and it will be recorded on asset side under the heading of investments. On such investment, the firm is entitled to get interest, which is 8%. So 8% of 30,000, that means rupees 2,400 will be outstanding interest on 8% government security. And as it is an income which is yet to be received by the firm, so it will become an asset for the firm which will be recorded on asset side in the balance sheet under the heading of current assets. 2,400, 8% of 30,000. And second effect of it would be on credit side of profit and loss account, as it is an income which belongs to current year and which is yet to be received. Now next hidden adjustment is about outstanding interest on month's loan. So let's see calculation for this. Here MUN has given loan to the firm rupees 10,000 and interest rate is 6%. As we know, if no interest rate is mentioned, then as per the provision of Indian Partnership Act 1932, 6% per annum interest is payable for the loan given by the partner to the firm. So 6% of 10,000 is rupees 600, which is total interest on loan, out of which 400 is interest paid as it is already given in trial balance, and remaining amount, that means 600 minus 400, 200 is outstanding interest, which is a liability for the firm. So we will give two effects of this adjustment, that means for outstanding interest. So first effect of it would be on liability side in balance sheet under the heading of current liabilities, 200. And second effect of it would be on debit side of profit and loss account, as it is an expense for the firm which belongs to current year and which is unpaid. So here total is 600. Out of 600, 400 is paid by the firm and 200 is yet to be paid. Here, one more thing I would like you notice that in trial balance, if you see, fourth last item is given with the name, that is bank account and cash account, and balances are given on both the sides, that means on debit side as well as on credit side. So here the amount which shows debit balance, that is 20,700, is cash balance, and the amount which shows credit balance, that is 3,000, is bank overdraft. Here bank overdraft is 3,000. As we have studied earlier that when bank account shows credit balance, it indicates that it is bank overdraft. So you must remember that sometimes it is not specifically named as BOD, but if its balance is given on credit side, then we have to consider it as BOD. and it should be shown on liability side in balance sheet under the heading of current liability, BOD 3000. Now it's time to close the account. First we will close trading account. Here credit side total is more, which is rupees 1,82,000. So here we will get difference on debit side, which will be called gross profit, which is 71,500, which will be transferred to profit and loss account. So here we will transfer gross profit on credit side of profit and loss account from trading account. By trading account, GP 71,500. Now we will close profit and loss account. Here total of debit side is more, which indicates that firm's expenses are more than firm's income. The total is 74,700, which we will write it on both the sides. So here difference would appear on credit side, which is divisible loss, and which will be transferred to partner's current account. Man and Mohan, and it will be distributed to Man and Mohan in equal ratio as mentioned in the question. Divisible loss 400. Now as it is a loss, so it will be recorded on debit side of partner's current account. 31st March 2017 by P&L account, divisible loss 400 and 400. Now let's close partner's current account. First we will close month's current account. Here total of debit side is more, which is rupees 11,400. Here difference would appear on credit side, which is closing current account of Man. Closing balance of current account of Man. By balance CD 11,400. Now we will close Mohan's current account. Here closing balance would appear on debit side, which is rupees 7,100. 31st March 2017 to balance CD. Here you must remember, closing balance of current account of partners can be either debit or credit balance. And debit balance of current account is shown at the capital liability side of the balance sheet, and credit balance of current account is shown at the asset side of balance sheet. So here we will transfer current account of Mohan on capital liability side of balance sheet, which is rupees 7,100, and current account of Man will be shown on asset side of balance sheet. Current account Man, which is rupees 11,400. So here now we can tally our balance sheet. Here total of asset and liability side is 5,58,200 total of liability, and total of asset side 5,58,200. So this is how partnership final accounts problems get solved. Hope you guys have understood. Here your second chapter gets completed. So that's all for today. I will be back soon with the next chapter. Till then, keep on learning and practicing. Thank you very much.